Hi, I'm Edward Hudgins.
And I'm Will Thomas.
And this is the Atlas Society State of the Culture Update. Today's topic is fracking for natural gas and the Greenies' war on energy.
You know, Ed, it's really interesting. Recently in the news, a major new study has been published by the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, and it found that fracking for natural gas, they surveyed fracking operations all over the country, and fracking for natural gas doesn't release exceptional amounts of methane into the atmosphere. And of course, methane was a concern because methane contributes strongly to global warming.
Yeah, fracking is the use of pressurized liquid and horizontal drilling to unleash very, very deep veins of natural gas in the land. And what this study does is it shows that the environmental concern was really not very strong. That's good news because the United States has these incredible reserves of natural gas now that can be unleashed. And I'll tell you what's at stake. You can see what's at stake in an August 2013 headline in the Financial Times. It basically said, frantic fracking sends U.S. natural gas prices into free fall. In other words, fracking means very low natural gas prices, very low energy prices.
You know, and it's amazing that people oppose this, right? But you got to realize, Ed, that many parts of the world and even here in the U.S., fracking is banned. In Great Britain, they're having a big debate about it. In New York State, where I live, it's banned, and they're still debating and still debating. And there, where I live, the Greenies are yelling and screaming that fracking ruins lives and destroys the land and pollutes and makes people sick and it's dangerous. And I find this really, at this point, extremely puzzling that this debate is even happening, because there are thousands upon thousands of hydrofracturing wells all over the U.S. and they've been working for years now. And around those wells live around each of those wells there's hundreds of people. So that's hundreds of thousands of people who, if what the Greenies were saying was true, would have been affected by the fracking. But a mere handful of people claim any kind of effects from the fracking. Studies, even by the EPA, find that there's no real health danger. And if there was a health danger, we'd see thousands and thousands and thousands of people getting sick. But we don't. So it's a mystery why there's such opposition.
Well, you know, I don't think it's a mystery, because what you have really here is a moral battle over fundamental values. On the one hand, you have the eco-extremist ideologues. They literally put this abstraction they call the environment ahead of the health and safety and well-being of real flesh and blood individuals. Then you have the pro-humans who realize that energy is the master resource. What human beings do is we unleash energy so that we can produce farms and cities, food and shelter, science and medicine. It's unleashing energy that has allowed us to move from the caves to our modern era.
You know, Ed, when you think about the status of energy in our lives, you have to think back to Prometheus. To the ancient people, fire was the real form of energy that people had access to, and the myth of Prometheus is the myth of the Titan who brought fire to human beings and therefore helped create the actual human way of living. And now, these environmental extremists, they don't merely want to return us to a primitive state in making us try to reject all energy and all useful new technologies. They're driving us back towards being subhuman.
That's exactly right. And so what I'm hoping is that people will realize the benefits of fracking, the fact that it brings energy costs down, that makes all our lives better, and reject the ideology, the anti-human ideology of the eco-extremists. This has been the Atlas Society State of the Culture Update, and I thank you for listening.